Hey guys, Thunderstud here, and today I am revisiting another skill of Blue Eyes. So you already know Blue Eyes is in the meta. We've already been leaked that Blue Eyes is getting a new structure deck. We're going to get Alternative Dragon, which is going to be absolutely insane. We have a skill that revolves around Alternative Dragon. So to actually have the card, it's going to be really big. So we're checking all the doors on Blue Eyes, so to speak, seeing how we're going to run it, what's going to change, and this is more Scorn of Ultimate Defeat. So generally, what this one does, it'll place a Blue Eyes Ritual monster on the top of your deck. This Ritual monster, 4k attack, does double piercing, and can't be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effect. So it's very strong. The catch is, it's put on the top of your deck. So we're using our Spellcaster tuners much more than our Dragon tuners. We're trying to hit them with Wonder Wand. So we're able to use our skill, get our Spellcaster tuners out there, hit them with Wonder Wand, draw into our Ritual immediately, draw into our Chaos form. Also, hopefully it's just one Chaos form, so you still gotta dig a while. But the skill takes many turns to use. By then you usually have a Blue Eyes in your graveyard, or in your hand, or even on the field. And that way you can get your double, it does double pierce, so you do piercing damage and then it doubles that damage. It's totally crazy monster. Really, you gotta watch out for his back row, but you're not really spamming your Spirit of White. We're only using 2 Stone of Ancients. You'd maybe bring it out with a Sage. Don't really bring it out too often. We're finishing it off with Ultimate Providence. You usually have a monster. This deck is mostly monsters, so you're usually gonna use it to negate monster effects, which is arguably the best use for it regardless. Now in the extra deck we have plenty of 9s, but we also have a Michael who can be brought out by our Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Then he can banish something, and since we're using a card like Mausoleum, you could possibly have many tuners on the field, and you can go Michael into Scrap Dragon. That's 2 instances of removal, pretty devastating with 3 synchros in a turn. Very cool plays. And then you finish them off with the Scorns of Ultimate Defeat. Very tricky way to play Blue Eyes. There's just so many ways to play Blue Eyes. The Alternative Dragon way is just not going to be it's not going to be a thing anymore, because we're going to have regular Alternative Dragons. It's going to be pretty wild. So get ready to see a Blue Eyes meta, and I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing a Rex Goodwin. Going second. No Slaver mount for our boy. We're still using our Christmas stuff. We do have 1 Mausoleum and a Maiden. Starting with a Zephyros, this will be some first turn Black Wings. We'll beat them easy like regular Blue Eyes. We won't even need a Max Dragon. It's taking a lot for him to build his field, but it will be a field of a Raikiri and a Hawk Joe, so this is a pretty good field. Get our Ultimate Providence, play our Mausoleum. That's going to let us normal summon our Maiden. Target our Maiden. That triggers her effect. So we bring out a Blue Eyes from the deck, and then you're going to mill a Blue Eyes from your deck, or possibly from your hand, and upgrade her attack. Not that we need the attack points. We just need the Blue Eyes. Now we're going to go into a Synchro over Vermilion Dragon Mech. Very strong Synchro card. We get to destroy the Raikiri and swing over the Hawk Joe. He is now left with 2 cards to work with. So he's got a Black Whirlwind. Normal summons a Gale. We just have to really time this Ultimate Providence so we don't mess it up. Now he's going to use Zephyros. I was going to use the Ultimate Providence on the Zephyros, but I'm pretty confident he's going to use that Gale effect, and we just stopped the Gale because I saw he did not search a tuner. He searched a Dust, so nothing he can really do from there. Now we got Vermilion Dragon Mech. We're going to use Sage because we have Mausoleum and we can summon a few times, but Mausoleum can bump up Vermilion Dragon Mech's attack. As you'll see in a moment, you just target the Vermilion Dragon, we throw away a Blue Eyes from our hand, and we're exactly 3,500. He only had 3,500 left, but if he had 4k, we could have finished him off with the Stone of Ancient Swing. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing an Arcana. Going second. This time we're trying to avoid a rank down. So here our boy's using 23 cards. We got our Spellcaster Tuners. He's gonna drag down our poor Ultimate Providence. Need to draw into a Spirit of White. Not a good deal. We choose to return his little dinosaur because he's, even with his effect, he's not a big deal. Now Maiden, she's gonna get Saged, which will trigger her effect to summon one Blue Eyes. Then Sage summons second Blue Eyes. We got the old school Blue Eyes on the field. Here it's a Rico, Twilight Rico, so he's going to throw from his hand, banish one monster, special summon the Stego Cyber, not a big deal, sets another monster, Mausoleum, now that's a big deal. Since we do have two tuners, we're going to normal summon our Maiden, target the Maiden with the Mausoleum, that's going to bring out another Blue Eyes. And I think we're going to mill this from our hand, yes. In order to use that Mausoleum, now we bring Vermilion Dragon Mech. Banish that Maiden, destroy that face down. It's a Bacon Saver. So we're going to normal summon our Sage thanks to Mausoleum. Now we're with Spirit Dragon. Spirit Dragon is going to negate that little Bacon Saver. So we're going to swing with Vermilion, negate the Bacon Saver with the Spirit Dragon, hit him for 2700, and he is down to just 2 cards. In his hand, he top decks and scoops. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Dark Signer, Carly Carmine. Going for that rank up. Blue Eyes just on its own, more than good enough to rank up through Legend. So we have our Maiden. We could have hit her with the Sage and summon a bunch of Blue Eyes. I'm going to go a little slower. Now we could use our Sage. We're going to just bring out 2 Blue Eyes. We go with the old cutscene. And then we probably have a newer cutscene. So double cutscene, 2 cutscenes for a Blue Eyes in 1 turn. We also get to normal summon another tuner. That's a Vermilion. Vermilion's going to destroy the monster. He's going to chain a Fiendish Chain. So we're just going to swing over that little monster. It is Fortune Ladies. So Fortune Ladies can't really build momentum unless they have Calling. He's being forced to just set all his monsters. It's only a matter of time before we get to our Chaos Max. We use the skill Scorn of Ultimate Defeat. That puts him on the top deck, which means we cannot use our Sage's effect. You gotta just use the Wonder Wand, that draws into our Chaos Max. Use a Blue Eyes in the graveyard to bring him out. Now remember, that's double piercing, guys, so you would have to have a lot of defense down there to not hit us. He tries to Fiendish Chain our Chaos Max, but he's gonna just have to double Fiendish Chain our Vermilion, because that's the only thing he could target. We swing. Double damage, 7.6k on a very low defense Fortune Lady. Great stuff, guys. Okay, here's an Odeon going first. He's using a nice little red sleeve and matte theme there. We're starting with a Wonder Wand. Works out pretty well because Sage of Blue is going to give us 1 from our deck. And then we're going to draw 2 more thanks to Wonder Wand. Get our Chaos Form, that's half the battle, and using our skill. Sets 3 cards, typical Odeon. Play our Mausoleum, we do have 3 tuners, so we're going to normal summon Maiden, Sage the Maiden. That triggers her effect. He's going to try to head judging, but we call the coin flip correctly, no problem. Bring out a Blue Eyes, and a second Blue Eyes, because we're getting 1 from Sage, and we're getting 1 from Maiden. So we're getting 2 different cutscenes, all the Blue Eyes. Now we get to normal summon once again, because we haven't used our normal summon. We used Mausoleum to summon that Maiden. Then we use Stone of Ancients. That makes a Vermilion Dragon Mech. We're going to destroy face down. It was an Anguish pattern. Still going to destroy it even when it jumps to the monster zone. Start a swing, Tiki Soul. We destroy the Tiki Soul, hit him with the Vermilion. Now we're going to Stone Ancients in the end phase to bring out another Blue Eyes. The oldest of the old school. Now he's going to Endless Trap Hell. Gets his head judging back, no big deal. You just have to avoid effects. Sets a monster, sets 2. We know one is head judging, so he can't protect 3 attacks with trap monsters and a regular monster. But he can with some help from Winda. So Winda's going to float into another Winda. And we stop that window with the Vermilion Dragon Mech. Very important we do that because he can't float Winda again. So just the Petal Fin, and we destroy her with the Blue Eyes. So now he sets once again, sets even a third back row. We're still not going to be duped into using our effect because we have a Chaos Dragon. Coming next turn, we destroy a Mist Valley Falcon. Pretty weird card to have, but take him out no problem. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Yubel going first. Let's see what our boy's got. He's using a Super Rush Headlong sleeve. That's actually really cool. We're going to start with a normal summon of a Sage, pretty ballsy move, but we get our Maiden and set our Ultimate Providence. Ultimate Providence, probably pretty strong defense against an OTK or something like that though, so it shouldn't work out too bad. Our opponent passes our turn, that means we get to switch our Sage, bring out a Maiden, still sitting on Ultimate Providence. We already have our Chaos form, so we're really just waiting. He tries to use a Raiden. We do not allow him with that Ultimate Providence. That's sent to Stone of Ancients, which means here comes the Blue Eyes. We can actually go on some attack. So we bring out a new Blue Eyes. Use Sage for Synchro of our Spirit Dragon. We're going to just leave it there. Hit him for 2500 here to make a bit of a misplay. If I was a much better Blue Eyes player, I probably wouldn't have. But Allure of Darkness throws away a Roar that special summons the level 6 Dragonhawk. Then he normal summoned a level 1 tuner. At the time of the normal summon, I'm supposed to chain this Spirit Dragon and then go into the Azure Eyes. The Azure Eyes effect will trigger, he'll be undestroyable, but you can't chain it to the Black Rose because the Black Rose, or because the Azure Dragon needs to activate his effect on the field. It triggers after he's summoned, not on his summon. So we all get destroyed, but it's no big deal. He didn't have a follow-up, so we have a follow-up. We use our Scorn of Ultimate Defeat, add Blue Eyes back to our hand because we have another Ultimate Providence, and then normal summon our Maiden. Here he's going to use Roar. We're not going to take that bait for Providence. We're going to hit that Dragonhawk as he tries to summon. So no summon for your boy. Has to just pass his turn. We draw into the Chaos Max Dragon, guys. Special summon him with the Blue Eyes from the graveyard. We get a little cutscene, not a full animation. Switch our Maiden to defense and hit him for pure 4k, even though he only had 1500 left. So that had it all. Pretty good matchup versus Thunder Dragons because there's not a lot of back row for us to get over. Obviously this is a lot of back row to get over, but the Max Dragon itself, if you're able to get it out, it can't be targeted, so there's no karma cut, none of that stuff you have to worry about. Interesting way to play Blue Eyes. I don't know if it'll be too popular once Alternative Dragon, and I mean the skill Alternative Dragon can't possibly be popular after we get actual Alternative Dragons. So I'm assuming that leaves Ultimate Dragons, which is a pretty good one to have. It's just a backup and not the main focus of your deck. So I'm pretty sure Blue Eyes has a very bright future. Let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching.